Yeah, you can see at Moonee Valley there. We've already got $500,000 in the Victorian wind pool, so that's a really big meeting down there today. Can anyone tell me, is it just me or is it not telecast on TV? I swear that the Cox Plate Day was going to be telecast on TV today, as with all days from last week all the way through until Derby Day. Anyway, I've got my wires crossed or something. But anyway, lovely indications late on Diamond Earth there. I mean, that's just beautiful. The only thing to look at earlier would have been, say, the number 8. The number 14 I had ticked first before any of this stuff came in. It also came into, really quite short each way, even shorter than the favourite. You can see that's, sort of unders and not the sorts of dividends that we're really looking for. So that was a beautiful indication there on Diamond Earth. And it won, and thankfully, because other than that, the day's been pretty ordinary. That number 14, Lamington, did come in second. The favourite came in third. So between all three great indications in that race, we've got 1, 2, 3. The only other thing that you could possibly throw in there would have been the number 4, and that was your first 4, which, wasn't really rocket science. It was the top 4 runners that came in. All right. Albury is a no invest, but I have seen a couple of interesting things at some of these smaller meetings today. Morphettville is a no invest, 6 runners, odds on favourite, very messy looking. Gold Coast Race 1, no invest. Very, very messy looking. Rose Hill, only 5 runners, very strong favourite. No case to be made for us to move forward in that race. We can move forward to the next one though, which is Cranbourne, and same thing again, 6 runners, long odds on favourite in that race, which means less than $1.60 to most. Oops, what happened there? I right-clicked on the forward button or something there, which is irritating, but that's all right. I'll find my way back again. Eagle Farm Race 1. I don't think I did anything in that race. I love the look of that big purple indication, but no, I did leave that alone. It's it does look pretty good, but the whole top half of that field looks pretty good. And to me, still a little bit messy. Anybody who did take that number 3, I can certainly understand why. There's a lot of us who do have that faith in those purple indications. But, it's getting a bit skinny for me. I'm either taking in New South Wales, occasionally in Unitab, or on Betfair. And anyway, 1, 7 and 4. Tatura, no. Kembla Grange, no. Moonee Valley Race 2, I took Bareback down the bottom, and Manhattan Maid. I took both of them. Manhattan Maid having the only 10-minute indication in the race outside of the favourite. Also some reasonably good backup each way for those advanced users that do look at the place pool. You can see the number 3 and the number 9 were both sitting right there next to each other for the each way at longer odds. So I did take the both of those. Sort of sounding okay for a little while there, but unfortunately didn't salute. Albury, no, just certainly can't sort of make too much of that race, so I'm going to move on. Morphettville is a no. Armidale Race 1 is a no. Gold Coast Race 2 is a no. Rose Hill Race 2 is a little bit of a tricky one. I thought Emperor of Rome looked pretty good in that race. 10-minute indications, nice little box late. I did take it, and I ignored these 2 things, number 8 and number 11, which came 3rd and 4th. And the number 9 was the winner there. So, all right. So for those that sort of took the reds and the 2 sort of things that were looking really quite similar to each other there, that's certainly not a bad way to go. I sort of hung my hat more on the 10-minute indication during that race. To be honest with you, for most people, that's definitely a no invest. There's a lot of indication in the race. You've got the 3, the 1, the 8, the 11. The favourite's looking, incredibly strong there, so I'm a little bit hesitant from a newcomer's point of view. Now these are sorts of indications that are a little bit interesting sometimes throughout the day in some of these country races and things, but again, it's not the sort of thing that I encourage, a lot of you to sort of do and, start jumping on these country races, because they're quite messy and you do need to pull them apart and put them back together again. And I think I'm a little bit down from what I should be from mucking around with a couple of things like that. Now, Tatura is also a no invest. There's no place dividends at all in a field of only 4 runners. Okay, so you are going to get a code that comes up that says $655.33. It actually means NTD, no third place dividend, but that's how it comes through in the code. So, if you ever accidentally put a win in a place on there, $10 for the win and $50 for the place, you are not going to get 50 times $655.33, I promise you. So please don't ask me where your 37 grand is or whatever it comes to. It's around about that something. Because, there's no such thing as a $655 place dividend. Kembla Grange is a no, too much colour there. I know there's been some little decisions I've seen pop up in the chattel on the way. This is the only one that I can say so far I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't take advantage of. It's a very clear indication. I was sort of away with the Pixies for a second there. It sort of got to, look, I've done it again. It got to, just after 2 o'clock, and then I haven't spoken to Darren for a while in the group chat, and I was sort of, after chatting with him, I sort of went off into a pattern of thought and missed the race. I wasn't sort of concentrating. So as I sort of said to somebody sitting in with me today, I said, you snooze, you lose. And that's exactly what will happen if you don't keep your eye on the ball. As somebody was saying today, Saturdays is the day that you don't want to be making yourself cups of tea and, just, only looking at every 5th race or something, because you will miss out. No to Armidale. No to the Gold Coast. I'm going to get rid of that thing, I swear. Oh, there was about here, wasn't I? Gold Coast, and then Rosehill race 3 smash hit. That was beautiful. That was a great little indication. Look, there's a couple of other things if you wanted to. Again, great 10-minute block of indications there, incredibly convincing, great, little spikes that have even brought up purple and things, and purple in the biggest TAB, or one of the most reliable TABs in the country, being Victoria. So really love that indication. I didn't take it with anything else. I took it all by itself. I looked at UMLAS and tossed and turned over it, but in the end, I love those sorts of indications. It's got everything that I really like on that one runner, on that number 6. Beautiful block across all 3 at the same time, 10-minute indications, big purple there in one of the totes. It just looks great. No to Townsville, no to Cranbourne, although I was watching one there. Just very quickly, I was looking at this French caution, and then I moved on into other things and forgot all about it, and then heard the commentary saying French cautions come in, and there you go. But, it might look a bit messy for a lot of you guys, but if you have a look at a lot of that mess, it is just that, just chaos, just mess, insignificant rubbish. If you have a look at the best home tab indication in the race, looking from the bottom of the screen up, who are going to stop at the number 9, and if not, then you need to talk to me about training. The only other thing that you might be sort of swayed by a little bit is this number 4, and I'm here to tell you that's rubbish money. You don't want to be following that. And we've also got this great, backup in the other 2 TABs, not back up to the early indications, just the other 2 TABs, which does make that a 3 TAB shortener, and the only one until you get up to the number 7. Okay, Eagle Farm. Look, Warrior Within. Again, as I was saying with my guest today, we were talking through that race and we missed it. But yeah, Warrior Within would have been the one that I would have jumped on. It and maybe Patmos down the bottom, but looking at the odds, I would have said just Warrior Within. So no to Taturo, no to Kembla Grange, no to Moonee Valley. With a $1.20, $1.10 favourite there. It's a little bit crazy to jump on things like that. No to Albury. You have a look at this. You can see all this colour indication, big money and everything at Albury here. The reason for it is because the race has obviously been put off and delayed. And what happens is the new start time was given perhaps quite close to the official first start time. And what happens is all the money was coming in because all the punters are thinking, all right, 0 seconds and the race is about to start, and then there's some sort of significant delay, which then results in the race being given a new start time, which might be in another half an hour or 25 minutes or 40 minutes even. The ambulance might have had to have left track, or all sorts of things at these country tracks and things. It doesn't take much for them to have to put or postpone the races for a later time throughout the day. So that's what all that is. You can see all the figures kind of really quite sort of, died off. I mean, basically anyone who had any interest in that race had mostly already put their money in. There's a fair amount of money that's come in after, no doubt. It's only going to be good for the betting turnover in that race and the club if they do have a delay like that after everyone's already thrown their money in. It'll give other people a chance to throw their money in as well. Morphettville, no invest. Oh, look, that Cybersyn there's a black booker of mine. I'm just going to have a look and see whether it did anything, and the answer is no. Armidale, no invest. Really don't like the look of that. The only thing that's caught my eye is this little bit of purple here with a bit of lunch money. And the favourite up there is looking pretty strong. The whole thing's looking like rubbish, really, in very small pools. 33,000, 39,000 tops in New South Wales at the moment. Gold Coast is a no, although again, little kind of little things here and there if you really wanted to go hunting and perhaps go through more ammo than you actually will be taking home in food. Anyway, look, the number 7 there, Rosehill Race 4, I don't mind a look at that. I'm just going to turn the grey on. We are looking at a sizable pool. It's only going to get bigger, and it doesn't really do anything for or against by turning it on, so I'm still quite interested in that number 7 there. Really? Really? Oh, they buggered, hey?
You must have come in at 3 o'clock.
Hey?
They might have turned it on at 3 o'clock. Once Gilligan was
It would have been on all day. Seriously, it would have been on all day. It would have been on since, this morning at some time. Well, I could be wrong, but usually it's on from in the morning from race 1. Like I say, for some reason I don't think I'm getting all the channels today. Personalised leads an HD webcam that is completely connected. Most details there work on projects and keep in touch with their friends at the same time. That's called multitasking. The value is from 15-hour powered by the second-gen Intel Core i3 processor. Not just smart, visibly smart. From $599, including one switch lead and delivery. More you at government.com.au/TV or 1335-53. Oh, broadcast started at 2 o'clock. Oh, okay. Oh, that's that's really quite strange, to be honest, because last week, for instance, it was on all day. Started earlier in the day. Anywho, thanks very much for that, Mike. I've flicked it on. We'll see what happens. Thank you. Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's see. That's what I should have done, had a look at the menu, eh? Might have helped. I'm not used to all this stuff, so I'm checking out menus and things and digital TV.
That T-box on.
Oh, yeah.
T-box. Yeah. That works pretty well.
Does it?
Well, other than the live telly at the moment.
Yeah, okay. You can get racing on that, can you?
Well, you can, but I haven't got it. Our signal isn't strong enough to get it.
Okay.
And I want to get a lead in. TV in or something like that.
Yeah, right, okay. Yep. Good on you, Rob. Not sure quite what to do with this race. I think I'm going to just take that number 7 there, so please bear with me. Oh, only just made it on that too. Only just. That's probably what Rob looks like, Kerry, no doubt, at the moment. That's probably what he looks like.
Plenty of room for Middle to come through it, starting to chase it, and then Exceed and Exalt. Set comes down the middle of the track. Pamperlone leader. Middle starting to stalk it, coming after it strongly. Two to Sedcom, who can't get to them. Pamperlone the leader. Middle ranging up on the
Second.
outside. It's a Middle coming at Pamperlone.
Oh, no, it's fighting back.
Pamperlone fights. Middle hit the lead and won it. Middle won it.
Second.
Pamperlone. Sedcom doing his best work late. Really knuckled down the last 100 to get third. And then came Irish Times, followed by He's a Playboy. Then Exceed and Exalt. King's Pack, followed by Subark, and last in was Cocky Radar.
Oh, you haven't got your power on.
From Josh Parr. Got that horse into a lovely spot. Did
Oh,
get the
yeah.
brakes on the turn when Pamperlone picked to give Metal the run through. And then he wore down Pamperlone, who refused to give in. Let run along today, showed plenty of fight.
Another winner for the Darley team, Rose Hill, race 4. The winner 6 Mental, Josh Parr aboard $4.50 and $1.70. And that ends up a double for Peter Snowden today. Different jockeys on board though. And no doubt focus.
Might have had an update that it was doing and needed to do a restart.
Those colours will
Yeah,
be
they can do
Victoria
that
and
sometimes,
Codsplay. They'll be carried by the favourite. At Crandon, we've got race 4 approaching. It's the first leg of the quaddie and has been the order of the day. It's a pretty open affair, $4.50 the field there. All the celebrations have already started before they've gone to the post at the Valley. The army of Black Caviar supporters out in force today. We're counting down to the Great Mare's appearance in the Schweppes Stakes, race 5. That's coming up at 20 minutes past 3, so about 15 minutes away. The previous race at the Valley saw a stunning win by Nana Wanui, as was expected, and subsequently he's firmed as the favourite for the Victoria Derby. The TAB Sportsbet now $2.25 ahead of Niagara $6.50 and Injuna at $7, winning at the Geelong Classic during the week, and an authoritative win it was. Now to Eagle Farm, and they're on their way to the barriers there for race 4. Last Gift, your favourite, at $4.80. Kel Benjar, top raider, and the rating special starting from gate 2, $5.20. Another Superior at $5.50, and Vazenaz is also in the markets. And this field milling behind the gates at Crandon for race 4. Some of them have moved in as we confirm those placings on race silver.
The distance race must have the favourite. Just about set. First leg of the quaddie. Set. Gates open now, and away they go. Random Ruler jumped away quite well with the grey Must Have and also Ivor Treaty. Bellamy starts to work across. Racing Handy Scarlet Tonic. Zarbest on the inside. Count Loaders from the outsiders drawing the cross with Clearwood. They're both working across in unison, and Munasev now trails the pair. Clearwood took it up passing the post from Munasev. Must Have tracking third. Count Loaders fourth. Bellamoose on the outside is fifth. Quite a bit wide within the straight. In behind them came Zarbest. Random Ruler back on the inside. Up on the outside is King of Desire. Charlatonic and going forward now, 4 deep out of the straight. Easing out of it, Ivor Treaty. Sharp Play, Hemingway Royale, and Acclaimed Chaos is a length away. Last, inside the 1,400 metres. Clarewood in front. Bellamoose on the outside now. Charles up on the outside. The Jordan put pressure on Clarewood, and they're going at a fair way from home. Scarlet Tonic got the third. 3 wide though. Around the outside of Moonishead. A length and a half away. Count Lotus followed by Must Have. Then King of Desire pulling out. 2 lengths away. Sharp Play. Then Zarbest. Random Ruler. 2 lengths Acclaimed Chaos by the treaty. And Hemingway Royale is a length and a half last. At the 800 metre turn. King of Desire 3 wide. Goes up to Scarlet Tonic. Bellamoose on the rail. Having little luck. Must Have. A length and a half away. Fourth from Sharp Play. Clarewood. Moonishead being hard-ridden, followed by Count Lotus. Zarbest appears to kick up the sleeves towards the turn, and about to pull away the outside at the 500 metre turn. Acclaimed Chaos pulls out. Random Ruler drops out. Moonishead not building
10 minutes.
from Hemingway Royale
10 minutes.
and Ivor Treaty on the corner at the 300 metres. It's Bellamoose in front of Scarlet Tonic. King of Desire.
Yeah, as soon as it ticks over to 10 minutes, 10 past, do another all day download.
Then Scarlet Tonic, Clarewood, and Zarbest. Bellamoose at the 150. Kick 2 lengths in front of King of Desire. Must Have on the outside. At the 100, Bellamoose in front. King of Desire raising an effort with Must Have. Then Zarbest. King of Desire grabs into the line. And King of Desire wins by a length to Must Have. Tight third. Hemingway Royale. All Bellamoose and Zarbest close up. Just off them, Scarlet Tonic. Count Lotus, Ivor Treaty, Sharpway, well back Clarewood, Random Ruler, Acclaimed Chaos, and last, Moonishead.
6-2 and a photo. Race for Crandon, King of Desire, ridden by Fabian Alessi, $9.90, $2.80. They're loading well at Eagle Farm. This is race 4 coming up for the 3-year-olds only, over 1,200 metres. So Kelvin is the firmly tote favourite of $3 shorter. The Valley versus League Parade for the Shrek Stakes. All right, on the date there.
Okay, leaving this one at Eagle Farm. There's only one run to look at. That's the favourite.
Dressed in the colours, waving the flags, wearing the masks. And wait for that, the Black Caviar show to roll on at the Valley shortly. So looks relaxed and happy in the crowd. Let's go to Eagle Farm now. They're getting set for race 4.
Thanks for that, Joe. Yes, filling the goats well. And last gift, interesting runner, comes from North Queensland with a very good reputation. And they haven't been afraid to put their cash on today either. $4 into $3.60, and that's seen Phil Benjo go from $3 to $3.70. The other player in the betting is another superior at $5. Okay, Larry, yes, they're filling the goats well. Just outlining the latest betting here on track. Last gift $3.60, Phil Benja $3.70, another superior $5. On the tote though, Kel Benja is popular, isn't he? $3.10. Last gift at $5 and another superior at $5.70. The trio really dominate the betting. Away from that, the next pick in the market is In the Storm at $9. For the last few loading, we're getting close to the start. I'm sure many in North Queensland will be watching this race with interest. See how Last Gift fares. He comes here with a powerful reputation. He's been carrying weights and running times. And today he faces a different test of sorts, racing against City Company. Good test for Anthony Merritt.
Yeah, far too difficult this race, so we're going to leave this one alone.
Sun Lake Black Magic. Never 3 to load. Other runners are well behaved. We're running 1,200 metres. Previous race went to She's a Hot Shot. Pretty clear, won well. Tracy Taylor Road, Glenn Collins Road, the first 2 winners. Streets away is Slip C, but the halfway point race 4. Last look at the betting on track. Late move for Kel Benjar.
4-horse race at Moonee Valley.
Take that. Stepped in late. He's tightened back.
And the favourite Black Caviar is only $1.
$3.90 out to 4, back to $3.60, back to $3.80 now. Another superior $5.50. That's the last call from the ring. Kel Benjar now $3.20. Last gift $3.80. Another superior 5.50. The last one to move in is the first starter, Black Magic. They're set to go for race 4. Stand by for a start. Kel Benja, all eyes on him too. Set, racing. Last gift, last out of the gates. Mason has passed away. Kel Benja on his best behaviour they began well. Mariana's going to third, fourth away playtime. Followed by Black Magic sweeping around the field. Then came Miss Leave It. There on the inside was Tahuti. Followed by Whiskey Highway over in seconds. Last gift is fourth last on the rail, then another Superior. Red Spur and 2 lengths away Silent Lake. Mason has led Kel Benja by 3/4. Black Magic outside the pair 3 deep. Inner Storm trailing fourth the rail inside of Mariana over in seconds is wider. Then came Miss Leave It, playtime in traffic, followed by Tahuti, another Superior to the outside. Whiskey Highway, last gift, well back, looking for inside runs and last of all Red Spur. In the home straight now, 300 left to run. Vasinaz was trying to kick on the outside, Kel Benja. Inner Storm looking for a runner. Mariana joining in, then Black Magic. Another Superior's putting it up, big run down the outside. No last gift. Mariana went to Kel Benja. Here's another Superior. Another Superior goes to Mariana. So no, another Superior or Mariana from Kel Benja. Tahuti close up in fourth. Then a camera in playtime. Then in the storm,
Yeah, rubbish race.
Silent margins to Vasinaz. Over in seconds, Black Magic, Red Spur, and this Leave It last over the line. Another Superior should get up here.
Yes, I'd say the chestnut horse on the outside in the blinkers. Not sporting the patent colours, Tim Bell, has just lasted another Superior. Stand by for confirmation there on race 4 Eagle Farm type pitch. Down at Kenwa, a bit of trouble out behind the gates. Stramini playing up there. It's a $7 chance, so we're going to run late at Kenwa. Let's have a look at the valley. Not much to be said about the market. It's a one-horse race according to punters. Black Caviar $1.04, virtually unbackable. And there she is.
Yes, so first race Hill, Gold Coast Farm,
Ascot,
Ascot, Albury.
along with the Cox Plate, of course, but what a way to boost the undercard, having her making an appearance today in the Schweppes Stakes at Group 2. And it should be pretty easy for her today, you think, at the Valley. Her record at this track is 4 starts, unbeaten. And she has shown great liking there, of course. A great atmosphere building towards the appearance of Black Caviar there at the Valley. 5 minutes time limits. Now let's go to Kimber, where it seems they've got their act together. Heading into the next race, 4, and set to go.
Colorado Claire, the first one to break the line, the favourite from Atonte. Stramini's going foot off the course, and Gold Tea won't be too far away. On settling down through the first 200, Colorado Claire in front by a half length. Stramini parked up second the outside, 2 lengths away to Gold Tea third. 1.5 to Atonte, 4 Pansy's fifth, and then Steerage and Magic Ivy drops to the rear. They head down the side of the course now, 900 left to go. Colorado Claire in front by a long head to Stramini. The 2 favourites race together. In that third spot, Atonte with the trailing position, and Gold Tea fourth the outside. 2 back to Pansy, Spit, and then followed Steerage. 6th on the fence, and last of all is Magic Ivy. Colorado Claire in front was able to back off the speed. 600 to go, leads by a long head. Stramini parked up second the outside.
I was a little bit interested in that Gold Tea late down the bottom there. Came in second.
If stewards had not taken the unprecedented step to alter the barrier draw. Barrier Road here, the Angels drew the outside of the 5-horse field in Saturday's race, and will now start barrier 6 with an empty gate between him and Black Caviar in barrier 4. They did not want to risk the champion next to the Barrier Road, and there are her many adoring fans standing to attention. She's the horse that stops the nation these days, Black Caviar. So they're all out of their seats there in the grandstand, waiting that
this Black Caviar keeps coming out winning all these races, and half the time it's no wonder. It's the Anthony Mundine of racing.
It's getting repetitive, but it's good. Yeah, no, exactly. She's got everything a little bit of controversy during the week with regards to the barrier, but I guess the it all turned out how you would have liked. Yeah, no, exactly. So, no, we're worried about what's happening out in the track. Yeah, not what happened in the press. Good luck to her. Thank you. Peter Moody is very confident as always, and why wouldn't he be? He's got Black Caviar. And Lee, we were just saying how different she was from every other horse we've seen today, just that air of superiority. She feels that way now, I would imagine.
You know, put in a race that can win. It's got some competition. I just don't know whether, Scenic Blast and Doubtful Jack and Here the Angels, they're okay horses, but I don't know whether they're good enough to sort of claim as these massive champions that Black Caviar keeps walking all over. But anyway, I'm no racing head. What do I know? The heads are on TV. The lips are moving, but I can't hear what they're saying.
See those percentages too often.
What's that? That's right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, 91% in Queensland. Yeah, that's $1.
That would pay first only, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I might lay that favourite now. Might lay it. Let's see what price I can get on that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, come on. I mean, there you go. I just laid it at $1.03.
There's the barrier trial.
So I did. I laid it. It's only $5, but yeah. Come on, fall over. Oh, God, seriously. I just lost $5. So it just didn't look really that impressive at all. I mean, look, doubtful Jack placed second at nothing. $655.33. Geez, I wouldn't mind those odds. I'd Dutch bet every single race for the place that I looked at that had less than 5 runners. Because something's got to come second on that.
You still get prize money for second, third, fourth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'd play. Yeah. They all would have got something for running in that race. The thing is, it actually kind of doesn't look impressive because it doesn't look like it's working. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that's good. That's right. Yeah, he's just kind of coasting along. You know. What whip? Who needs a whip? Wouldn't need to. I'm bored. Is anyone bored? Anyone bored? I'm bored. Watching all this racing and not making money out of it is about as boring as watching dog poo go off in the sun. Another analogy. I love analogies. They're good. Oh, boring. Geez, they're all there for black caviar, aren't they? Who am I? I'm the 1%. I represent the 1%. Yeah, I'm just the 1%. I am. I represent the 1% of naysayers. Nah, black caviar. Oh dear. It's on steroids. Oh dear.
That Yola, or one of the owners maybe.
Who?
Whoever was talking, was that the owners or?
Don't know. I wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention.
Did you see the overhead shot last week?
No?
Landed on the Caulfield from a helicopter. It followed the whole thing round.
Oh, yeah. No, it looks good, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks really good because you get a really good picture of, you know, who's in what position in running and stuff in the race. Yeah, it's just awesome.
Yeah. I think I've only seen like the last couple of hundred metres or something, but for it to go all the way around,
Yeah.
it's a pretty good shot.
Yep. Yep. I'm really bored now.
He's done some advertising on it.
Who? Oh, Tom Waterhouse, yeah.
I think it was the games of the World Cup. I'm pretty sure there's advertising and the test and everything before it. Pretty full on, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, they got plenty of money, mate, the Waterhouses.
Get on a winner at Suzuki's 6-day racing sale. Every new car in Suzuki's award-winning range comes with $400 worth of Suzuki service vouchers.
Boring. So I'm looking at Facebook pages now. Boring. You don't want to watch a race? It's one of those really boring days. I'll have to post this up on YouTube. This is the day that we just sit around and go, $145. So he's in here for, I think it's what time? 1 o'clock. So 2.5 hours. Oh, actually, I've been here since midday. Had my first one at 12:35, and at 3:30. 3 hours divided by $145, and there's my hourly rate for the day. Oh, look, Chris, you should apologise. How dare you, considering even think about leaving? Absolutely terrible, really it is. I might leave too. I've got to go and wash my hair. Really, I do, yeah. I'll look for any excuse to bail out right about now. Oops, jeez. Oh, no, don't pull that cord. Oh. Oops. Yeah, that's the sort of day it is, really, isn't it? You know. That's what sort of day it is. Yay! Black Caviar won and I made 4% profit. Look, it actually came in Queensland. It came in at $1. So look at this. It had $763,000 on it, and you know what those people got back? $763,000. That's it. And you made 4% on your money in Victoria and New South Wales. 4%. So $40 for every 1,000 you outlay.
How could you fork that much?
Oh, well, look, there would have been some bookies offering maybe $1.10, but the TABs are going to get shortened up late with everybody plunging on, I don't care if they get their money back. That's what I was talking about with the other day, it's a hobby, mate. It's just a bit of fun, That's why I had to give up promoting to punters, because...
I picked the winner.
Oh?
I picked the winner, that's what they say.
That's right, yeah, I got the winner at Mooney Valley, yes, that's nice. That's nice. Yes, tell me, how did you select that one? That was hard too. A really hard race, that one. I laid it, I'd say. I laid it. I laid it there. Go. Have a go, son. Have a go.
Mundane too, don't you?
Look, mate, I'll lay Mundane any day. Any day. This sounds quite terrible, isn't it? It's like one day, seriously, there was a race with a horse called Fast Frank, and I think it was a lay from Lay Logic, automated lay. And I was watching it, and I was saying, oh, geez, that would have been a great lay if he didn't come first. I didn't really think about what I was saying, and I went, oh, that's funny. That one tickles. Fast Frank would have been great if he didn't come. Would have been a great lay if he didn't come first. Anyway. What's happening at Morphettville here? Just...
Congratulations to you all. And we do know that this is a second...
Dubai Dawn at the 300 metres, led by 3 lengths now. This is Kick Clear. Clearly Passionate is second. Then Daily Flyer. Tabulated is grinding away, but it's Dubai Dawn. Clear 3 in front of Clearly Passionate. Shimano Miss and Daily Flyer. Dubai Dawn is hanging on. It's a clear Dubai Dawn. This has been a masterful ride by Wheeler.
Stephen, that little thing looks like it was racing faster than the things racing behind Black Caviar.
Passionate flying for third, Classic Cameo. Photo fourth between Shimano Miss and Tabulated. Then Daily Flyer from Andronica, Grand Title, Top Billing, and Eureka Ray.
So they left the money in the bag there with Tabulated, but Dubai Dawn, 880 and 220 under the urgent.
Oh, come on, Lynn.
Really passionate at 310.
Yeah, I must say it's a little bit difficult for me today because I'm juggling TV and radio and stuff again. It's like this all the way through spring, as you guys will remember from last year. I had a nice little 10-minute indication there, good work, and also Shimano Miss would have been a little bit of a maybe. But that's the sort of race you don't want to have the grey indication turned on. You really don't need the grey turned on for a race like that. There's enough colour about the place that you sort of don't need it, and we can concentrate on that stronger movement. So, nice little pickup for you there, Lynn. No to Armadale, definite no to the Gold Coast, but I will keep a little bit of an eye on it. And Roseville Race 5 is the next of interest.
The biggest thing is going to be as much as competitive as you possibly can right from the start. So I think we failed to do that, but that's definitely what kept my top tip.
Would you do anything differently? You had your time again. Is there anything particular that you do differently?
Maybe argue a little less, but other than that, probably not.
You've got a different name than, the couple that who plays together, fights together. You guys did a great job, but, it's all like this.
That's the couple of that renovated show. Yeah, the couple that were fighting all the time and stuff. And
oh, yeah. Off the block. Renovator's block.
hey?
Block.
Oh, the block, was it? Okay.
Thank you, G. Was Head of Fashions on the field this year. The Mooney Valley Racing Club have
Yeah, well, they're the only 10-minute indications in the race in the home tote. So, you know, like based on that alone, it's a nice little pickup for those that were looking at it and acted on it in time. I mean, obviously when I flicked to it, it was already closed. So my apologies for that. But yeah, the only 10-minute indications in the race, and as pointed out, they did come in first and second.
It's not about what you're wearing, it's about how you wear it as well. Now I've got Tiana and Polly with me as we go for a break on the Wide World of Sport. Mystery Cops Play Day. We're going to show you all the clothes. Ready to go? We'll see you shortly.
Geez, all the girls dressed to the nines now at Cops Bay, eh?
They don't do that on Sky, do they?
No. No, they don't, no. Fardoolie's a little bit of interest there, I guess, at the Gold Coast, but I'm much more interested in what's happening at Rose Hill. Much more interested. I'll be having a look down here at number 6, Shadow Minister, Guderian, and Samui Lad are the obvious ones at the moment. All right. All right.
Enjoy authentic taste with your family every day. Delicious Michelin wrapped pizza bases, traditional Indian naan bread and chapati, and authentic Mexican tortillas, tacos, and corn chips. Mission, taste the difference today.
Hard to separate it.
It is quite hard to separate them, yeah, you know. And they're both quite solid. I love these outside indications, mate. I'll just keep taking them. You know, that's, for me, what we're here for is to look at that unusual stuff. Look, you know, and I got into trouble before by doing that and ignoring, you know, these sorts of indications that were both very similar to each other. So, you know, it's not a very easy race, this one. But, yeah, number 5 and number 7 are definitely the standouts there. I'd like them to be paying enough each way that I can take them all. You know. So I need $3.60 for the place minimum before I can take all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I don't have anywhere near that. So 5, 6, 7, isn't it? Dance Man is the other one there to, you know, be a little bit wary of. So, you know, look, you know, these indications down the bottom here, it's exactly the sort of indications that return us, you know, good, healthy dividends. But I don't call anything in this race particularly, you know, healthy. I don't think it's a real value-looking event. I mean, you've got a run at its 8th in the order of favouritism there that's, you know, $14 odd, and there's very little separating the whole top half of that field. So I'm not comfortable with the race, really, at all. So, guys, I do suggest that if you are going to do anything in this race, that, you know, the 2 obvious ones would be the 5 and the 7. I'd also put it to you that really it's not going to be a profitable exercise if one of them only comes in for the place, because, you know, you're only looking at $2.60, $2.50 for the place in the TABs that, you know, most of you are predominantly using. So, you know, it's one of those things where you're saying, well, you know, I'll take them both and then hope that one of them wins, and then, you know, that'll be the cream on the cake, if you like. But, you know, it's really not for us, that race. You know, I laid that black caviar. If it had have lost, I would have made $158 from a $5 outlay. But Yes.
Lad strides up on the outside and takes up the running from Honourable Aussie, and then Gadarian and Dance Man poking through in the centre. Followed.
Just so that you know what I did there, I did take a little each way to the bottom on Shadow Minister, but my main selections were on Samui, Lad and Gadarian, and I put a 4 and 20 on each way on Betfair. So I will do that through here just to replicate it and keep it all, you know, how it should be. Some late little indications that have come in there on Shadow Minister, and I only put on a 2 and 10 on that, so I'll do that now. And I'm just trying to replicate what I've done through Betfair, okay, so that you can all sort of see what the overall profit for the day was like and things in hindsight when you're looking at the videos in, you know, time to come. Like I say, a little bit of a late move there on Shadow Minister, and then also down here on Honourable Aussie, which has obviously run a bit of a race because I'm just watching it on Betfair and can see that it's come down quite a bit, but Samui Lad looks like it might have taken that out, has it? Or Gadarian. Gadarian's going to win that race. And Samui Lad looks like it might be there for a place, but anyway, I should just turn it up and listen, eh? Might be easier.
Samui Lad third, Hardlicker fourth. So another race on the pace, and then came Shadow Minister, followed by Honourable Aussie. And then
okay, so I got first and third.
Billy Blue, and last in was Who's Ready. Winner is Gadarian. Number 7, ridden by Adam Hieronymus, parked in the box seat, and then was able to wear down Samui Lad, who started to put in the short ones over the concluding stages.
Gadarian, a 6-year-old son of Untouchable.
Okay, so it's a nice little result there. Obviously, both of those indications were very, very strong. You know, I can't really see a very strong case to drop one over the other. And, of course, as a result there, I did take both of them. Good. Okay, let's move on. Townsville's a no. Cranbourne is nah. Well, I would say no. Naringaling is the only thing that I would look at there. Lovely indication at the 25-minute mark, and you know that and history no hurdle or something or other. Oh. Very. Hey? Was it been blown around, has it? I haven't really taken any notice. 1, 12. No, he's alright, he'll be lying out there somewhere. I've just put a very small each way on both of these runners here, just a 2 and a 10, and I can show you why in just a second, but again I'm just sort of replicating. I actually picked up better odds on Betfair for that last race, so my profit is higher than is represented here, but that's okay. It's around about the right sort of mark, only about an extra $13 or something. I look at it. And like I say, yeah, look, 2 runners in this race are sort of interesting me. It's not anything that I want, you know, the majority of you to follow on or anything like that, of course. Just a couple of little anomalies that I've sort of picked up here and there. And nothing really convincing. So let's move on and look at the nice solid markets, and that indication on Tycoon Tattoo is outstanding. So, geez, Betfair, they're not silly. They're not silly, these Betfair players. It's not like you go and jump on there and, something that is so obvious. Typically on Betfair you won't pick up any kind of value either, and keeping it quite safe across the board. It doesn't mean I'm bored any less though. Need some bigger results than that. Drake boredom, Like, I don't know, $40 winner or something would be nice. Oh, what was that? Outstandingly. And Tycoon Tattoo. Where's outstandingly? Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that down there. I've again taken a very small each way at that end of the market.
Mr. B and Mick storm away the inside of Elgin Avenue. Wellback is done, still flying Gula, and Gold Viper is 2 lengths away last on the corner up towards the 300 metres. Flashing Day makes his move. He goes up to Gogonski and the Ringaling quickly. History No Hurdle pulls out towards the centre, starting to wind up at the 150. Flashing Doe tackled by History No Hurdle. Stormway starts to make ground. B and Mick has got the run back on the rail.
Come on, B and Mick.
Snuck through.
Yes.
Grabs the front from History No Hurdle and B and Mick. Half length to History No Hurdle. 2 lengths away third. Maybe Gogonski. And notes to Flashing Doe. The Ringaling close up. Gold Viper made ground. Close up. Dunstall storm away. Well back they'll go.
Oh, it's a bit earlier. Yeah, it's a bit earlier. It's where it came from.
B and Mick, a 5-year-old son of B and Pony, taking out the 5th and then a second leg of the quaddie at Cranbourne, 8.70 and 2.30.
Yada, yada, yada. B and Mick. Yeah, kind of, like a few little opportunities, in these other little races sometimes you got to be pretty sharp. You got to be, quick at analysing data and saying no, 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 and yes, yes, yes. But, that's a fairly handy little indication. I've already taken these 2 runners, by the way, folks, so if you're wondering why I'm just sort of sitting here and not really doing too much, I've taken the number 6 and the number 9, the number 9 being the risky one, which, is usually the one that I'm favouring the most, and then we have the number 6 here, Tycoon Tattoo, which has got some more beautiful indications. So let's have a little listen.
Can find Hazen outstandingly. Nakira, Paddy's mate, carry the clubs, and Ollie Volley is last. Tycoon Tattoo, straight to the rail, straight to the lead. Monashi Dancer, 2 behind at second. Leapfrog third, Point Dancer fourth. Second find sneaking along the rail, and I'm a Joker. Outstandingly, Nakira, Hazen, Girl Hustler, a long way back and wide, then carry the clubs, Paddy's made, and Ollie Volley last of all. Tycoon Tattoo, cannot see it out, leads the way. Second find getting up on the inside. Monashi Dancer still there. Wider on the track was Girl Hustler, probably not doing enough, Hazen either. Second finds after Tycoon Tattoo. Second find swept to the lead, swept clear, home and hosed. Second find from Tycoon Tattoo. Photo third, carry the clubs, Nakira. Prominent, outstandingly, Ollie Volley wider. No run on from Hazen nor Girl Hustler. They disappointed. Then Paddy's made Point Dancer. Leapfrog, second last over Joker. And last over the line, Monashi Dancer.
Pretty comprehensive victory in the end. Seek and Find for Jason Taylor, $5.30 and $2 over the well-supported Tycoon Tattoo at $2.50. Numbers 1 and 12 in it for third, standing by.
You know, perfectly reasonable indication to take all on its own and not do what I did and take that number 9 on the outside. I do prefer those outside indications, but that number 6 was extremely convincing. You know, it seemed like it was up there and looking like a winner for a little while there, but we all know what can happen in the last 100 metres. So a lovely second place, beautiful indication. That's model material. You frame that and put it up on the wall, and you know, always refer to it when you want to know what a good indication looks like. Let's move on to Tatura, no invest, to Kembla Grange, no invest, KG, you know, like there've been a solo home tab indications always sort of get me, you know, down the bottom there's a little bit of niggly movement, but it's a rubbish race, we won't bother with that. No money in the win pools, hasn't even got to $10,000 in a couple of the pools, I don't think. Oh, outstandingly got third. Look at that.
Didn't call it.
What? Outstandingly got third. Woohoo! You bloody ripper.
No way they called that, was it?
Nice one. Oh, I might be back. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, I might wake up in a second and get a little bit excited. No to Tatura, no to Kembla Grange. Mooney Valley's probably going to be the next one that we're going to have any real interest in. There's a little bit of movement here for that number 3 KG, and you know, all right already, he's got a little bit of late sort of movement there. That's a little bit interesting. There's a couple of little interesting things, but you know, there you go. You know it, thought, Nick. Hey, Mick, you know what thought? There's a couple, isn't there? There's a couple of things that thought. Yeah. Thought a few things. I think one time he thought his ass was hanging out of bed, so he got out to push it in.
Outstanding was outstanding third, wasn't it?
Outstandingly. Yeah. What's the other one? Thought he crapped but only farted.
I said yes, though.
Yeah. Here's one. He you know what thought? He thought he had a cub. When he woke up, all he had was a horn. Oh, there you go. There's Mick. He just look. Look, there's as I said it, he typed it. That's quite hilarious, Nick. God, if I'm in your train of thought, then I'm in all sorts of trouble with some of the emails I get from you. What's it say about me if they say great minds think alike? Geez, I'm in all sorts of trouble. KG came third there. It was a KG indication, but it was the only one that you would have taken.
Looking back at it too, I think you look at the 1 minute there.
Grey, grey, grey. Oh, grey. Grey, grey. It's a grey day. Oh, she won, I guess. Okay, yep, I'm going to take that number 5 there. I'm just having a bit of a relaxing old read through some thought jokes that I can't find any. Oh, jeez, Drax, jeez. What's that? Huss, 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 huss. Who's that, Draxy? Huss, huss. Go get him, boy. Hey? Yes. Come on. Come. Up. Up. Shawan, Shawan, Shawan. What's Shawan doing? Change the channel so I can't see. Oh, now what have I done?
You want to see the end?
Is last of all as they make the bottom turn now, and it's eased back on Pergola after being coasted by it. They want to go forward and they go to the 1600 metres, and Lamarrook has the lead. Out by 3/4, Zelo is running second, Patio Riley is third, and on the outside Tullamore is fourth, and Pergola off and moving again as they go up the side of the course. Americano from the fence midfield, being followed by Harris Tweed. Swooper is second last.
Mary Kane's here again to try and upset the Melbourne Cup, eh?
The 1200 metre turn, and Lamarrook the leader. She's almost a length in front of Pergola, who's worked very hard. 2 lengths away is Elo, and on the rails is Patio Riley. A length and a half to Tullamore, who's covering up American, the favourite. So they're together. Then there's 2 lengths to Harris, Tweed and Swooper. Shawan second last. And with 1,000 metres to go, and Nutchwood brings up the rear. clear on the fence. So Level Rock the leader for Clear Lindon for goal running second as they're about to go to the 800 turn. Paddy O'Reilly third on the inside, 3/4 to Elo. On the rails in fifth place, the American, on his outside, the Nicolay Tullamore. 2 lengths behind these horses, Swimmer on the fence, and then Harris Queen and Adjuan, and now Joanna's back last of all. 7 lengths covered them, and Pagola momentarily took the lead, and Elo's on the scene. Lalarook back behind them, followed by Tullamore and Paddy O'Reilly. Now Mosso is starting to get to work on the American. He's come away from the fence, and he's being ridden along as they swing up towards the turn where Elo goes to the lead. Tullamore half length away from Paddy O'Reilly. Siobhan from the back of the field runs on. American.
Well, I jumped on that Shawan in play. Anyway, it seems to be running on quite well here.
He's making a beautiful style. And American won the lead by 2 lengths. Tullamore second, Elo in third, and that's one short under the photo next. Right in behind those horses.
That's all right. That cost me $1.
And further back was Paddy O'Reilly.
But, yes, you know, it's okay, kind of little indication there, kind of. But, yeah, it didn't do anything. Came about 5th, in a photo for 4th or 5th or something, somewhere around there. And no taking away from that winner there. That was a great run. Ascot's a no. Morpheville will be a maybe kind of thing, as you know. Armadale and the Gold Coast and Rose Hill. Townsville, Cranbourne, Eagle Farm, Tatura, Kimber Grange. The Cox Plate's quite late today. I think it's race 8, isn't it? Obviously, would have to be. And quite late. I won't be hanging around that late.
5 minutes.
In fact, we might think about wrapping up fairly shortly, folks. Not too keen on any of these races following on from here, and it's been a sort of a sleepy old day. I feel kind of quite fortunate to end up a few $100s in profit. So anyway, any questions while we're sort of, you know, really not sort of doing a hell of a lot? Good, that's great. Anyone? Anyone?
I just have to put can't type that quick.
Anyone? Oh, whistle. Oh, whistle. Oh, whistle. I told them today's Techno will be brought to you by the letter K. By the letter A. Sorry, not a question, but nice to hear with that chilled tone in your voice. Thank you very much. This is Kevin Riddell. You're listening to WHYT Radio, loud and live. Thought he could plant a feather and grow a chook. Very good. I like that. Thanks, Jay. Yeah. Thanks. I was always told I should have been on the radio, but anyway, could use my radio voice. Only for the late show, of course. I've actually had a couple of radio shows, I must be honest. 2SER in 95 with Abel El Toro and a couple of other guys. And then I did night shift by myself in 2SER from midnight until 4 o'clock in the morning, which was interesting. And I did Bay FM in Byron Bay from 11 until 3 every Friday night for 18 months. I didn't do much talking on any of those late shifts. Nice face for radio, thanks. You're a classic, Roger. Hey, mate, by the way, where have you been, man? I keep telling you, come over. You know, like we're in a beautiful little place here, and there's another fella here that you'll get along with quite well, and, you know, bring your computer over and blah, blah, blah. So whether I want to do anything for Melbourne Cup Day this year, I'm thinking about doing a webinar, but the webinar will be extremely relaxed and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So actually, guys, I will do a webinar. I'm going to do a webinar on Melbourne Cup Day. You know, we'll all be here, whoever decides to come along, any locals, all three of you, or, you know, feel free to come around. I might put on a little bit of a spread. Put on a barbecue or something here, and, you know, sausage sizzle or something, and a couple of bottles of champers, and please feel free to BYO. And you know, we'll have some nibblies on, and we can come out here to the studio / office / Kev's fun space. And have a cracker of a day. How does that sound? I'll get my slave to get it organised. Yeah, actually, the bitch is on the chain at the moment, so I've just I'll let her off the chain that day. I think it probably wouldn't look too good if she could only sort of, you know, she came running out to service stuff, and all of a sudden she bang around the neck and her legs go flying up in the air. You know, that's as far as the chain goes. As far as the chain goes. Whoops, Beck's fallen over again. Yeah, I am terrible. Actually, she's tied up under the bed at the moment. You okay under there, Beck? God, I love duct tape. What'd you say? Ride for depression tomorrow. Take somebody on the back who's kind of like quite depressed and do some wheelies and stuff. Yeah, that's right, Peter. Oh, hey, no, you've said too much now, mate. You have said far too much now. You've gone below the belt. You realise that you've gone like, you know, like way too far. Yeah, too much information. Morpheville was looking a little bit interesting with Shake the Ground there and ruling to win, but I am going to wrap things up, folks. I'm really not too keen on the day, and yeah, that's probably about the only thing we would have bothered taking there. Has anybody seen the comedy roast? Does anybody know that show, the roast comedy roast? No, or celebrity roast? Anyone seen celebrity roast? Go and Google and try and find the celebrity roast of Flavor Flav. I think I might have found it here. No, no.
Second and third.
Hey, what happened? Second and third.
Third.
Number 9 and number 4 came second and third. Oh, shush. Goodbye, everybody. See you later. Taking my eye off the ball now. Have a good day. I'm going to take my $777.60 and go lie on the lounge and watch a movie. I might flick over to watch the Cox Plate later, but you're almost welcome. I hope you've enjoyed it and followed to a bit of profit and done a little bit of your own, of course, and picked up like that one just there, for instance, 9 and 4. See, thanks everyone, and like I say, I will speak to you. I'll speak to you on Wednesday night, but I'll also be organising that Melbourne Cup Day do for us all. So whether you can make it here or whether you're going to be just in there on the day. The webinar will probably start, I might actually just start it like early in the day and just have it run all day, and you can just sort of tune in whenever you like and tune back out when you want to. But I'll let you know more soon. Okay? Thanks everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm sure there's still going to be more profits to pick up and things like that, but like I say, I'm feeling a little bit kind of, whatever. You can send over the champagne to my house. Easy. I might send a couple of drunks over later in the afternoon. No, I don't think you'll like that, Jake. No, I know that you like it. Send a couple of drunks over there. They've already arrived, have they? And did we win that one, did it? That's a little 10-minute indication down there. There was only 2 10-minute indications in the whole race. They came first and second. Did we win? And ruling to win. Both the wins, and they both came in first and second. Goodbye. Have yourself a lovely one, and I'll talk to you next week or something. Bye all. Are you sure you want to end the webinar for everybody? Yes.